Okay, so are you ready for this? We are diving deep into Go Go Ghost, and honestly, it's way deeper than it looks at first glance. This little ghost just wants to have some Halloween fun, right? But it turns out it's really about all those big feelings, like what it's like to be a kid and kind of scared, but also how important it is to never give up, and and what it means to be accepted, to find your people.
It's kind of wild how these children's books, they could seem so simple on the surface, but they really do. They get at those really complex emotions.
Yeah.
And using Halloween as the setting, genius. I mean, it's the perfect backdrop for exploring all that stuff about fear and acceptance and belonging.
I know, right? It's brilliant. So we start off on Halloween night and we meet David and Daisy, right? Brother and sister, getting their costumes ready. That Halloween excitement, it just jumps right off the page.
It's palpable.
Totally. And it takes you right back, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. But like you were saying, it's not just excitement. There's those anxieties too, especially for kids. Like when their mom tells David, take care of your sister, it's subtle, but it kind of points to that pressure older siblings feel, that responsibility.
Yeah, totally. And then it's like, bam, we're hit with that anxiety again when they meet up with their friends, Victoria and Jason. Oh, and Jason's dog, Spot. And Jason, being Jason, dares David to run past the old graveyard. Talk about a classic childhood fear.
Oh, for sure. Graveyards, they're like peak childhood fear, right? All dark and mysterious. It taps right into those primal fears of the unknown. It's perfect. And that's where we first meet our little ghost, Go Go Ghost. He's watching it all from the graveyard. But his fears, they're a little different, right?
He's not scared of the graveyard. He wants to be a part of what's going on out there. The story doesn't come right out and say it, but you can tell just from how he watches the other kids, how they trick-or-treat, how they knock on doors and yell trick-or-treat. He's trying so hard to copy them, even though he doesn't even have a costume or any candy yet.
And that's where you see it, the deep down need to connect, to be accepted. This Halloween thing, he just wants to be a part of it, even though he's a ghost. But it's rough, man. His first couple tries, not good.
Brutal. He tries at the wizard's house and wham! Door slams in his face. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, he tries the vampire's house. But the vampire, total freak out, screams and slams the door before he can even say, boo. Poor little guy.
Oh my gosh, it's heartbreaking. Can you imagine your go-go ghost, you're watching everybody else have a blast, and every time you try to join in, it's just fear and rejection. It's like, it makes you think about how much that hurts, how much it hurts to be left out, especially when you're a kid.
So true. And then this is where the story takes such a cool turn. Here comes Daisy, David's little sister. And get this, she's dressed up as a ghost.
Right. It's perfect. Talk about timing. It's like the universe is telling Go Go Ghost, hey, look, you're not the only one. And you know what else is interesting? Daisy's costume. It's like this key that unlocks her ability to connect to them.
Yes. Because while all the other kids are comparing what they got, Daisy sees his empty bag and that look on his face, and she just knows. She gets what it feels like to be left out. The other kids don't see it, but she does.
And it's that understanding, that empathy. That's what makes all the difference. She doesn't look at him like he's something to be scared of. She sees someone who's like her, someone else who chose to be a ghost for Halloween.
And then what she does next? Amazing. She digs into her own bag and starts giving him candy. Talk about a sweet gesture.
It's huge because it's more than just candy, right? It's like she's sharing her Halloween with him, welcoming him in. And you know what else? She yells, boo, at him, like playful to make it feel real.
It's like she's saying, I see you, and I'm not afraid. And get this, it works. This little act of kindness, it's like flipping a switch. He gets it. He finally understands how to be a part of it all.
That's what's so amazing about it. This little thing, this one act of acceptance, and boom, it changes everything for him. It just shows you it doesn't take much to make a huge difference for somebody, especially if they feel like they don't belong.
So true. And then you can just feel his excitement building. He's not scared or unsure anymore. He's ready to finally have some Halloween fun.
And it hits you, It's not about the candy, not really. It's that he's not afraid to be himself anymore. He's not afraid of being rejected. He's a ghost who wants to have fun, and now he can.
And that's something we can all relate to, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you're a ghost or a kid starting school or even like an adult starting a new job. We all want to be accepted just as we are.
And that's what makes this story so powerful.
Yeah.
It doesn't shy away from those real feelings, those feelings of not belonging. You see him go, goes. He tries and fails, and it's like his heart is broken.
Yeah.
But then he comes back from that. And that's what makes it so great. He goes from hiding to like full-on trick-or-treat. with
Well, yeah.
everyone else.
Totally. And to think it all started with Daisy's kindness. It makes you think, like, has there ever been a time when somebody just, I don't know, believed in you, even when you didn't? It's crazy how those little things can change everything for Go-Go Ghost, and even for us, just thinking about it now.
It's true. It's like that thing you throw a pebble in a pond and the ripples just keep going.
Yeah.
Daisy, she didn't just give him candy. She gave her the confidence to actually be a part of things. And that's huge, especially for kids reading this. It shows them they can make a difference just by being nice.
And here's something I find really interesting. The book doesn't make the other characters, the ones who didn't get it at first, into bad guys. It's not like they're being mean on purpose. It's more like they're just reacting out of fear.
Exactly. It's like an extra layer, because that's how we are sometimes, right? We get scared or we don't understand something and we react. Like imagine the wizard probably wasn't expecting an actual ghost to show up.
Right. It plays on those ideas we have about ghosts. But here's Go-Go Ghost. He just wants to have fun like anybody else.
It makes you question things. What does it even mean to be different? Is it how we look, what we do,
Yeah.
or is it something more?
It's like the book wants us to see past all that and just connect,
Yeah.
Ghosts, kids, whoever, we all want to belong.
Yes. And Daisy, dressed as a ghost herself, it's like she gets it. She doesn't even blink when she sees Go-Go Ghost. She sees someone who wants to be a part of Halloween, just like her.
That's so true. It's like kids are so much better at accepting differences sometimes, aren't they? They haven't learned to judge yet. Everything's new and exciting.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And this book, it reminds us that it's okay to be different, that it can even lead to amazing friendships, amazing experiences,
100%. And speaking of awesome, can we talk about the humor in this book? It could have been all sappy, but it's not. It's got those funny little moments like David teasing Daisy about her ghost costume.
Oh, yeah, like with the flowers. Classic sibling move. Even in a heartwarming story about ghosts, you got to have a little bit of that real life stuff,
It makes it real. It reminds you life isn't perfect, even in a children's book about Halloween. But it's about finding those good parts, the people who make you feel like you belong.
And that's what makes this book so special. It's more than just a Halloween story. It's about being kind, accepting people, and seeing the good in everyone.
Absolutely. That's something we can all take with us, right? It really sticks with you, even after you finished reading it. And you know what I like about it? It doesn't have like a super tidy ending. Like, yeah, he's happy, he's got candy and all, but it kind of leaves you wondering what happens next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Totally. It's not like he's suddenly best friends with everybody or anything. He's still a ghost. But something's changed for him, He faced his fears, found a connection, and that's huge. It makes you think, what's he going to do next Halloween? Maybe he'll be even braver. Or maybe he'll find other ghosts who need a friend.
It's like anything is possible now. And not just for him, for us too, Like it makes you think, what can I do to be kind? Who are the people around me who might be feeling left out?
Yeah.
Who need somebody to just see them,
And that's what makes a children's book really great, I think. It's fun to read, but then it makes you think afterwards, too. Like, the world can feel pretty divided sometimes, but even little things, just being understanding, it can make a difference.
That's such a good point. Well, we've covered a lot today. Acceptance, belonging, kindness. But you know what? It all comes back to you listening, right?
It's your turn to think about it. Think about Go-Go Ghost. What spoke to you? What little act of kindness can you do today? It really doesn't take much. A smile, a kind word, just listening to someone, it can change everything. You might even inspire someone else. Who knows?
So true. And on that note, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's been really, really fun. Until next time.